DC's here. Hi guys and gals. Well, this is not really a dog vlog, but I am walking with my faithful friend. Yes. It's Monday, not Sunday, so it's not a Sunday dog vlog. And today in Switzerland, it is Pentecost Monday, sometime called, I think in England you call it Whit Monday. And in Canada, today, it's a day off as well. It's Victoria's Day, which in Quebec, of course, is not called the same thing. It's called la Fête de l'Or. But we won't get into that bit of thing. We said it would be politics. Yes, and we're not supposed to talk politics, are we here? Anyway, so I will stop there. If you want to know more, ask in the comments. Bit of an update from last week. Last week I was gone most of the week. I was at a nutrition conference in Geneva called Vita Foods. Pretty interesting stuff, actually. I mean, a lot of, it's the usual thing about these conferences, which are a mixed bag between a trade show and a conference. So the conference part was pretty good. Not as good as as last year. I went there last year. But there were a lot of things that came out. Some things that people already know of a lot. I mean, about relative things to healthy eating and so on. But what came out a lot this year was the relationships with the omega-3s. And I know most of you have heard about the fatty acid stuff and so on, and eating fish, and fish being brain food and so on. Well, frankly, it's coming more and more to the fact that, yeah, there definitely is. It's more than is something there. It's true. The thing is, of course, we like to say eat fish, but I mean, of course, you couldn't eat enough fish probably to get it up there, the levels of omega-3 that you would need. Of course, if that was the only thing in your diet, I suppose, yes. What was interesting, though, was the fact is that if you think about looking at your brain, I mean, your brain is, the expression fathead makes a lot of sense. There's 80% fat in your brain. I mean, the composition of the tissues and everything. And that is one of the reasons that we do need to, so to say, feed our brain with a lot of these good acids that help, amongst others, I guess, with antioxidation and different things. So I won't get into the whole scientific details, but what came out that I found quite interesting is that there'd been a very big study from a professor in Oxford over years, checking out the different levels of biomarkers in children over the last few years, and looking at the evolution of food over the last few years, and coming up to I was going to say the almost all too well-known conclusion that our diet is killing off our brains slowly. Okay, we can stay with that, but there definitely does seem to be something there. I mean, you are what you eat. Yeah. So a little bit of an update now on Dago. I've been saying Dago and not being so perky these days, and it's still a bit the same, but he had an operation last week. It was a quick little thing, but he had a growth. Mrs. DC noticed that he had a growth in his mouth, and that was taken out. Local anesthetic, so come on, Dago. You see, he's still a pain, though, nevertheless. Local anesthetic, they took it out. The vet said he really didn't want to put him to sleep because of his age and everything. So he was able, though, to do that with local anesthetic. That's being analyzed now, just to be certain that it wasn't a tumor or something. I guess he doesn't really think it is from, the mass and the way it was or whatever. So another little spray to put in his mouth and and so on, excuse me. But overall, yeah, I guess that we could say overall that he's about stable and better. Other things, let me see, I'm moving on because the time is coming up. What are you trying to eat? Oh, come on, will you? There's broken glass there as well. Excuse me, but he hasn't smarted enough with age. Anyway, neither have I. Yeah, it's a completely other subject, but yesterday I was chatting with Andy Feckwig on Skype, and won't get into the details of the chat, but all of a sudden a light started flickering. I guess it was Andy's glow or something in our room, and then I looked up, and it was one of these new fancy LED lights, you know, that replace the incandescent bulbs. And it was like flickering, on, off, on, off, on, off. Well, it wasn't completely going on. I mean, we'd had it probably for something like 2-3 months there. And the whole idea is that these things are basically supposed to last for, what is it, 10-15 years? I don't know. I mean, but when you look at the way the advertisements for these things, it's like they should last basically forever. And they cost an arm and a leg. We are talking about like something, of course, I know this is Swiss prices, but this was something like probably $20. But the idea was, I mean, it was like this lamp was going to last me, like, it was going to outlast me. Well, no. Of course it's guaranteed. Tell me, how many of you keep receipts for light bulbs? Well, I don't. So there is a possibility either I can go and plead for mercy, which probably will probably not help, or I can go and buy another one of the same thing, exactly the same one, and bring back the old one using that receipt. That could be a possibility. It just makes me rather annoyed to see, I mean, first off, I mean, how much we have to pay for these, and then in the meantime, even if anything, I mean, about 3 months, that's less reliable than the old incandescent one. At least it was giving off good light, because a lot of these, well, the LED ones are pretty good, but the new, you know, when we had to stop and move over after the incandescent period, it was really, really bad lighting for a while. Yeah, so that is about it. Let me show you the beast. He's crabbing today. I don't know. He wanted to go out, and the fact that today is a day off, well, we slept in a little bit. I mean, it's not like it's late. It's 9:15 in the morning, so I don't know if that's actually considered sleeping in. I mean, I got up around 8, so for that was pretty much sleeping in for me. And another really nice thing is that I'm going to be taking the rest of the week off. Yeah, so a day off on Monday, rest of the week off. Mrs. DC lined up some work. Uh-oh. But I do expect to do some type of geocaching, and if everything goes well, the weather's pretty lousy though, but if everything does go well, we were wanting to go off to some of the thermal baths here in Switzerland. It's pretty big, so there's a lot of those. And was there anything else? Oh well, those of you who really notice everything is I haven't shaved. Yeah, another perk of having days off. Of course, then again, usually I get told after a while, go and shave. Yeah. Oh well, is that it? Yeah, I guess it is. So DC and Dago will be signing off. Any birds? No, but the lily pads are coming. So yeah, DC and Dago signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.